Best strategies for research on the internet. Online research gives credence to your work, augments your knowledge, and boosts your chances for success. Proper research proves to readers or even listeners that you're not just making stuff up. So, how do you use the internet properly and effectively for research? The internet is pretty amazing. It brings virtually all the available information in the world right to you in a matter of clicks. However, it's also kind of a mess. While it might be easy to casually Google the best way to deep fry a turkey or disable a car alarm, performing high quality, reliable research online is a little more complex. Fortunately, if you keep these tips in mind as you do your research, you should be able to find everything you're looking for. After all, it's a big web out there.
Know what kind of research you want to do. There are two basic types of research you can do: soft and hard research. Hard research is used for looking up factual, scientific, objective topics where statistics, numbers, and other rigorous evidence is required. Soft research is used for opinion based topics such as something trendy mentioned in the news. Soft research is, of course, easier to do than hard research. Knowing exactly what kind of research you want to do beforehand enables you to narrow down where to look for that information.
Make a list of keywords you will use in your search. Think about the topic you're researching and come up with different ways of expressing the same idea in less than 4 or 5 words. For example, if you're trying to find out everything you can about NSA spying is an obvious keyword phrase you could list down to start with. However, you should not stop at that. Expand your keywords list to find more relevant information on the topic. For example, you could expand your keywords to include phrases like impact of NSA spying US or NSA spying Europe and so on, depending on the information you seek. Just take some time to clearly define your primary keywords on paper or in your head.
Enclose keywords in quotation marks. Enter your primary keywords in Google, enclose them in quotation marks, and then hit search. Quotation allows you to refine your search in Google and find the exact word or set of words you're looking for. For example, if you want to find out all you can about world's fastest animal, you will probably type into Google the keywords the world's fastest animal. In this case, Google could bring up, let's say, 36 million web pages results. However, when you enclose your keyword phrase with quotation, Google may return some 200,000 search results that contain the exact keywords you used. This latter number is still large, but you get more refined search results.
Use the minus sign. The minus sign or dash is another way to filter unwanted words in search and refine your search results. For example, if you're searching for information about jaguar the animal, typing into Google will return a huge number of web pages, many of which are about Jaguar the luxury speed car. However, if you type into Google the keywords Jaguar car, the search engine will filter out pages about cars and bring up the pages you want about Jaguar the animal.
Try specialized search engines. Google may be your favorite search engine, but it's not the only search engine out there. Sometimes you will get better results researching your topic using specialized search engines. For example, some websites prevent Google from indexing their pages for different reasons. Some of these websites have quite useful web pages, but the pages only exist in what is often known as the invisible web. Try specialized search engines like DuckDuckGo, Jubel, and Congress.gov to research your topic and get information you may be missing. You may be pleasantly surprised at what you unearthed in the invisible web.
Skim through search results web pages. When you use a search engine, you will get a web page listing results. Skim through the text below each link in the results page to find out what the linked page is about. This can save you time clicking on irrelevant pages. It's frustrating and time wasting to wait a few seconds or so for a page to load, only to find it is not helpful. Angle towards pages with URLs ending with .gov, .edu, and .org for hard research, as these tend to be more authoritative, non-profit making sources. Websites ending in .com are commercial in nature, and some may not be entirely upfront with their information or motives.
Bookmark, bookmark, bookmark. Every time you come across an interesting link, bookmark it. Even if you're not sure how exactly the link is important, bookmark it anyway. A link can easily be deleted from bookmarks, but stumbling upon an especially useful link does not happen every day. Create a new folder for each topic you are researching and bookmark links into their respective folders. This way, you can easily retrieve the links you need for each research topic.
Review your bookmarks. Go through all your bookmarks and sort them according to relevance and credibility. Not all information you find online will be accurate, up to date, or relevant. Highlight any important bits or parts of links you do find useful. Draw from the useful links and write down some notes in preparation for putting them together in your own written piece later. If you find a page has too many disrupting advertisements, spelling mistakes, or unusual pop ups, fonts, and colors, be careful about trusting the information in it. Discard links that are not useful and credible enough for your purpose.
Be skeptical and demand verification. When it comes to online research of the World Wide Web, you need to be skeptical of what you are finding, where are you finding it, and who it is coming from. Reputable websites will clearly state whether or not the content is sponsored and if so, by whom. This is helpful, but you can't expect every website to be so honest. Try to stick the source with reputations for quality and remember that if something seems fishy, it probably is. Research the author if possible. If you can't verify the truth of something to your satisfaction, throw the source out. Above all else, remember social media is a hive for misinformation and should be approached with caution.
Use Wikipedia correctly. Wikipedia is free, open, and can be edited by anybody, which is cool, but also make it susceptible to foul play and misinformation. However, it can be useful for research. Wikipedia has standards and strongly suggests that pages use consistent and accurate citations for any claims being made, and it flags pages that fail to do this. The sources for any page are listed in the bibliography at the bottom of it. If you're trying to get your footing in a subject, you can use Wikipedia as a jumping off point by consulting the bibliography for a page, mining it for potentially useful sources. Just remember, cite the sources you find from the bibliography, not the Wikipedia page itself.
Blend primary and secondary sources. When it comes to research, there are two types of sources, primary and secondary. Primary sources are the thing itself, books, movies, historical documents, whether you are primarily focused on, while secondary sources are about the thing, such as articles by academics about said movies, books, or historical documents. You need some of both. Social media can actually be useful here, but as primary source rather than an authoritative secondary source. For example, let's say you are writing about the role of social media in the 2016 American presidential election. You can find things like tweets, share posts, and screenshots from a fraudulent Russian Facebook page. These may be not useful for giving you facts about the election cycle, but they can be very useful for giving you evidence and examples from the election cycle, what happened, how it happened, and where it was happening, and how people were reacting to it. This, in turn, when combined with critical secondary source, can help you build a thoughtfully researched and support argument.
Be open to unexpected results and interdisciplinary research. What if you really hit a wall and find that there just isn't much of anything related to your research question? Or what if you do find relevant information, but it contradicts what you expect? When performing research, you need to be open to encountering the unexpected. Remember, you're not going into this with research answers, you're going in with a research question. You might have some suspicions, but you don't know what is going to come of it. That's the exciting part. Embrace the uncertainty. Your job as a research is to gather information from a range of sources which sometimes may conflict or come from vastly different disciplines. Some sources may not, at first glance, have anything to do with one another. Part of the research process, though, is to analyze these sources, draw connections between them, and bring new ideas on your subject matter to the surface.
Experiment with keywords and filters. Online research is not as straightforward as just typing a phrase and hitting search. You need to refine the search, and part of this comes from experimenting with keywords and filters. By refining the keywords you use and employing filters to limit your results in interesting ways, you can really dig into a subject and find specific useful sources that pertain to or inform your research question.
Organize your findings. The initial stages of research should be like trolling for fish. Cast a huge net, gather anything that looks like it might be useful to you, then sort it out later. The last step can be intimidating, however. The key to not getting overwhelmed is to be organized. Create your own bibliography. Organize it by topic, type of source, usefulness, or any other criteria that may help you. Creating complete citations for every source upfront will also save you legwork at the end of the paper writing process. Better yet, create an annotated bibliography which briefly describes the source, key aspects of the source, and how it can be of use to your project. Doing so will give you a much greater sense of which sources should be relied on the most and which can be cut from the list early on. Consult a research librarian. Don't go into this thinking when all else fails, ask for help. It's fine to ask for help early. Part of succeeding in any endeavor is knowing your limits and respecting that others can have a mastery of a subject far beyond your level of skill. In the realm of research, those masters are called research librarians. Many students don't know about research librarians, but these people can be a guiding light in your quest for knowledge. Employed by the school library, research librarians meet with students and act sort of like tutors for the research process. They know all the ins and outs of the library system and can help you find what you need, even if you have no idea what that is. In the spirit of online research, research librarians can perform all of these services virtually through email, chat, or video calls. This means you can get personalized research help in the comfort of your own home. Don't go it alone.